there's a side to this conversation where, spreading awareness is very interesting. And sometimes I think some people misunderstand that I could not be bothered where you play your games. Do you know why? It's not affecting me. You're not gaming on my platform. You're not gaming in my house. You're not using my device to play your video games. So there's simply no reason for me to be worried about where you game on. However, if you game on a hardware piece that is ripe for criticism, you will hear about the criticism should I choose to make that criticism. You know why? Because these companies, they require what I think is being honest. And the PlayStation 5 Pro, even till this day, is a scam. It really is. It's just like the 5090 and how it is a scam itself. The 50 series cards coming in with with basically minimal ROPs, asking you for a price increase of over $1,000 of the 40 series, while in Doom, the Dark Ages benchmarks, it literally is like 8 to 10% different in terms of the performance, and they want over $1,000 more. It's a scam. Just like the PS5 Pro. I don't care if it's Nvidia behind it or Sony. We have to be able to just point these things out and just be honest and say, it's the truth. And if somebody's going to buy the PS5 Pro, right, and they say, well, I wanted it because of A, B, C, D, and E, it's your prerogative. I'm not attacking you. I'm basically pointing out that the company basically did not give what I think was an equivalent value for the amount of money that they asked extra. They even took away your disk drive and then took away your stand, and you had to pay extra for those items. Guys, there is no justifying the darn thing. And if I'm using any hardware piece that you think is a scam, please call my attention to it. In fact, you know what? Let me open up my own hardware for scrutiny. Okay? So let's start from here, right? And then we're going to go and we're going to see, okay, and I'm going to read this there's this long comment right here. Okay? Let's go ahead and start. So let me show you my hardware. So by all means, if you have anything to criticize about it, if you feel like I've been scammed for the hardware that I'm using, by all means, in the comment section, go at it. CPU, Ryzen 9 5950X. I got it like 2 years ago. You can go to PC Part Picker and look at the price point at the time. GPU, right here. GPU, RTX 4090, the Asus Tough brand. I got it about 2 years ago. You can go and check the price point. And then, please levy your criticisms. I'm happy to listen to them. Okay? If you feel like I was scammed, right? If you feel like, they got me, they played me, by all means, let me know. However, this comment on my Horizon Forbidden West video where I looked at a PS5 Pro versus an $850 PC is a shocking comment, because this user wrote an entire wall of text just so that they could tell me that the whole point is moot, as anyone interested in buying a PS5 Pro or a console in general is not interested in mucking about building their own PC. I was responding to a claim that somebody made. The claim that they made was that an $800 PC cannot do what the PS5 Pro does, and they even cited that Linus Tech Tips tried to do it but approached the $1,000 spend. Hence, I said no, that is inaccurate. That particular PC build that can do way better than the PS5 Pro can be acquired for less than $1,000. Linus Tech Tips made some errors in his build. This is a matter of efficiency, engineering, building, scientific testing, not about your convenience and your preference. We have to be able to say that this is where it is. You said I have both. I prefer the console with my 65-inch OLED. Good for you. This video was not addressing your preference. The video was addressing a claim that stated that a specific price point on a device could not be attained by putting it together by yourself via PC. Did I answer the claim? Did I respond to the claim? Yes or no? Yet, look at all of this. What is this? Then you start telling me about the Pro. You never have to worry about cooling, as it's liquid metal in the design and it's whisper quiet, unlike a water-cooled PC. Did you listen to my water-cooled PC? Could you hear the sound of it at your house? Like, is there some, like, you know what I mean? I'm surprised. Liquid metal, like, what do I care about liquid metal and whatever? Who cares about liquid metal? Like I really, I'm like, okay, so what? It also uses less electricity to run the power. Who cares? Of course, I know the ramifications of my electrical bill, but I didn't build the PC in order for me to save power. You said most AAA games are still made with consoles in mind and are rarely optimized for PC. These are okay. Now I'm going to now start checking to see, because you've decided that you're going to run red herrings all over the place, because you started out with red herring after red herring after red herring after red herring after red herring. The game I showed is not made in Unreal Engine. It's a PlayStation game. The game is optimized as you can get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everything is, this is so weird to me. And there are people who disagreed with me in this video and saying, you know, this actually shows me why I prefer console. Great. I mean, I have no problem. But these, what is this? It's comical watching Alex from Digital Foundry go on about this, and they're using top of the line gear and still having issues. On Horizon Forbidden West, because I watched their review and they said the guys at Gorilla are amazing. What are you even talking about? Did this guy land on the wrong video? Was he trying to comment on a video and then commented on the wrong one? It could be. He had a different tab open. You know what I mean? Probably decided that he was going to hit comment and then just started commenting and then dumped all this stuff on my channel. That's probably what I'm thinking at this point. I do play the occasional older game on PC, but other than that, I play Microsoft Solitaire as I love the game and like to do the daily challenges. Oh, this has got to be a troll account. This has got... When it comes to emulation, my gaming PC is still good enough. Plus, I use an A500 Mini for Super Nintendo games. And what? I also use my Series X in dev mode for PS2 games mostly. Unless you're heavily into modding games, a PC is not just necessary at all nowadays. I don't know why. Anyways, PC graphics cards are now a giant ripoff, as well as they're artificially boosted. What PC do you even run? That's one thing that this person never said. Boosted with fake frame generation and another show. I already said that. That's over. We already know that NVIDIA is scamming. You said this, though. I do get a laugh about people trying to justify the existence of a PC, of a gaming PC, all the same, as meanwhile, Sony and Nintendo make a fortune from people that are just not interested in the slightest. Sony makes a fortune from what? The hardware? Well, why are they not as big as NVIDIA then if they make a fortune? Oh, please. Just give them whatever you want, but knocking people, and I think that's the problem. And I wanted to get to this last part of the comment because I read it, and knocking people because they prefer to play on console over a PC is just silly and childish. Who knocked you? My name was mentioned in a comment. I proved the comments to be wrong. The person said happy to be wrong. I'm not a PC spec guy, but I saw the video and he was not able to do it. Is there another video out there? That's what this person is. This person is genuinely inquiring if this can be done. I think this comment, maybe there's a, you know, so my tone, and I'm not apologizing for my tone, man. I don't have the time for that. We're adults here. Perhaps my tone is what maybe somehow could come out a little abrasive, but you have to understand that I own these consoles, right? So I'm speaking from that perspective of a customer that saw a promise on a box, 4K 120 FPS up to, and then had to go ahead and figure out that it's not that kind of hardware that's in here the hard way after having spent money on both of them. So when you hear me basically talk about these platforms, you probably just need to step out of the way. You're talking to a burnt customer. You know what I mean? Like I'm heavy on these guys in terms of the way they basically went ahead and overhyped their consoles. So I'm on their case. So I think a lot of people basically want to stand in and meat shield it. Like, no, don't do that. You'll catch strays for nothing. Let PlayStation and Xbox hold the L's that they promised you on those boxes of consoles that we bought back in 2020. I drove to another state to buy my PlayStation 5. And people want to come here and tell me that they prefer to play on consoles. So I don't care. Like, I don't prefer to play on consoles too if I could. So this is just such a weird thing. And I just had to address it, man. I mean, again, and I'm kind of tired, so I really don't have the patience for a lot of this stuff because it's just so weird. Play where you want to play. No one is attacking you. If you feel attacked, then you probably need to maybe examine again what the heck it is you bought. Can you imagine somebody coming out here and attacking me and saying, "Oh, look at your hardware, blah 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 blah"? I couldn't be bothered what the heck it is that they think or they say. I did the research. I needed it for my business. I do game development. I make YouTube videos. It's good hardware that can get the job done in those applications. Wonderful. You feel me? What did you buy that for? Okay. Do you have to justify it to me? You don't. Do I have to justify my purchase to you? Perhaps, as somebody who wants to be a consumer advocate, maybe I should. And I'm here telling you, okay, these are the value propositions, but I'll never suggest that you go buy this, PC that I just showed you, or the one that I'm using currently right now to make this video. I won't ask you to go ahead and buy it or use it to basically game. I mean, it'll be nice. You'll do everything. You'll do everything more than everything. But we're just answering questions. People want to know. They're genuinely curious. I know it behooves a lot of folk to think, oh, people want to know. They do. Just because you don't want to know, just because you don't care, it's okay. But, again, it'll be very surprising to see that PC gaming probably becomes the biggest topic as the console generations turn around. I think Microsoft they already sense it. They already do. The old guard is dying. The old guard is dying. That's it for me. Peace out.